Well, this year, the Washington State Legislature passed several new police reform laws, and those laws took effect just a few weeks ago. But today, a group of local activists here in Spokane are urging new action to make sure that those laws are implemented. KREM 2's Casey Decker joins us live in the newsroom now. Casey, what exactly are they asking for and why?
Yeah, Tom, the main thing they're asking for is for the state attorney general's office to basically clarify what sorts of impact these laws will have. The reason for that, recently some leaders in law enforcement have said the measures will restrict them in ways that will harm the community. But the activists, they disagree with those interpretations, and so they want the state's chief lawyer to basically settle that debate. Following the murder of George Floyd and the ensuing summer of protests, Washington lawmakers felt compelled to make changes to the way policing works in the state. They passed several laws dealing with a variety of issues, including chokeholds, no-knock warrants, canines, weapons, trainings, and accountability. Local advocates say these laws were sorely needed.
I have a respiratory issue. I have a respiratory disorder. So put a chokehold on me. Any one of you. You don't need to use a nightstick or a billy club. Put a chokehold on me. I probably won't be able to come out of that situation alive.
They also argue that most of them are just common sense.
Isn't it just a crying shame that this has to be a law? But apparently it does. It has to be a law. That you only take a life as a last resort.
But in recent weeks, some law enforcement leaders have argued the laws will restrict their ability to do their jobs and have unintended consequences. They've suggested, for example, that one of the laws will stop them from being able to respond to mental health crises. But a recent informal opinion from lawyers in the state attorney general's office said that interpretation is wrong, and that the law in question only deals with use of force, not what sorts of calls police can go to. Today, activists called for that same office to issue more opinions and quickly to clarify the effect these laws will have and ensure they are quickly implemented. And they criticized those who claim the laws will cause unforeseen harm.
Embrace it and let's stop with the sky is falling mentality. The sky is not falling.
Spokane Council President Brian Beggs, who helped lobby for many of the laws, also said the resistance isn't surprising, that even though the changes are common sense, they are significant and will take some getting used to.
We as a city, from my perspective, need to provide full support to getting all that training done and giving a little bit of grace while people adjust the training they've had for years that is now going to be different.
Well, these sorts of opinions from the AG's office are pretty typical for new laws, but they can sometimes take a long time to put together and to release. So the activists hope that by putting a bit of pressure on, the police reform measures will get moved to the top of the pile, and these questions can be resolved more quickly. In the newsroom tonight, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.